Welcome back to Primetime Local News. Josh Ryan here with Devon Burgess, head coach and the manager of the Lloydminster Boxing Club. As we said, a big bout coming up in late February, but also you have a number of other young athletes that compete and train at the gym. You were telling me in the first hour about how they've actually lowered the age for boxers in Canada. Now, because so many sports are under the scrutiny that comes with the more we learn about CTE and concussions and whatnot. Obviously, MMA gets this a lot. What is it about boxing now that has been able to encourage people to go, yeah, we can introduce this to kids at a younger age? Is it the gloves? Is it the better training that comes around it and the awareness? Or is it a combination of those things?
It's a little bit of everything, you know. With kids boxing, it's very closely watched. There's no winner and loser when they're 11 years and younger. They both win. We call it fun box. So it's just to get them into the sport and give them experience until they are junior A. And it's a very safe sport for the kids. It's very closely watched. There's a doctor sitting ringside all the time that can stop it at any time as well. And it is full contact for the kids, but they're wearing full head guards and big gloves. You know, it's more fun than anything for the kids, and you'll see that how much fun they actually have when they're doing this.
For sure. What age is it when they start to throw hard enough where it does become more of an injury risk? Obviously, they continue to wear protection as they get older, but I know from playing sports like, say, hockey or like we'd play contact football without pads when we were younger, and it wasn't until around 14 years old when we kind of grasped how dumb an idea that was. What age is that for boxing where they have to become a little more serious about their training because of the inherent risk that comes with a contact sport?
Well, we kind of match them due to how many bouts they have too, so that plays a big part in it as well. When they're new and they're 9 years old, they're not really punching hard enough to hurt each other with all the gear on. Right. It's more the head snap back and whatnot to count for points, but it's more feelings than anything when they're at that age, I think. But it's great that way for the kids. The kids love it. You know, once they turn 10 years old and older and they have more than 10 bouts, they're starting to punch a little harder and they're starting to get a little faster. So we match them with kids that are of the same experience. So it works well that way.
Yeah. And now, if you having any of these kids, is there any kind of pre-fight bout that the kids will have to kind of showcase before we get to the main bouts in February?
Not so much. You know, we come to the weigh-ins and the kids meet each other at the weigh-ins. A lot of the time, these kids have boxed each other a few times already, so they know each other. They're friends, you know, and before and after, and that's pretty much how we get to know each other, though. Okay. So weigh-ins.
With the kids between the ages, 11 to say 17, 18, are there any kids that are going to have fights coming up in the next couple of months that are worth mentioning right off the top of the head?
Definitely. We have a couple young kids, a little brother and a sister that box for the club that are very experienced. A little girl is 9 years old. You'll see her box at the competition, but she's very, very experienced, so we usually got to travel far and wide to find bouts for this little girl, so she could have another little girl coming from the States to box her. So yeah, she's definitely someone to watch and somebody to watch in the future, and maybe see her going to the Olympics one day, you know.
That'd be exciting. Now, one more time, February 26th.
February 23rd.
23rd, and I was off twice in 1 hour. February 23rd, two must-see fights here in Lloydminster, one of the first bouts in 20 years. Thank you for being in studio, and we will have more on Primetime Local News.